Oops. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to PDubs Arcade Loft. Appreciate you hanging out upstairs with us. How you guys doing tonight? Let's take a look. Let's see who's here early. Who's the early crew? We got Chris, Zeke, we got Shotgun Sean, we got Scott Gray, Livewire Systems, Cheeto Dorito. God, I love that YouTube handle. That's a great name. Dylan J, Sling Spade. Love it, guys. Thanks so much. Fishbee's here. Very cool, man. Guys, make sure you check out Fishbee Productions channel. Kev Gret's here, one of my all-time favorites. Love Kev Gret. Adam12, Meatball Saucy, Gerald, Michael, Sailor, Michael. Wow, you guys are nuts. You know what's funny, guys, is I can't believe I am still rolling on a broken chair with a broken wheel. This broken wheel. Look at how that snapped off right there. I mean, that just talk about snap into it for my fat ass. I mean, take a look at that. I still have missing a wheel on my chair, and one day I am gonna fall if I don't replace this chair. It's gonna be hilarious. What's up, Wolfanos? What's going on, guys? So I wanted to catch up with you guys on stuff, as well as talk about a couple little oopsies PDubs has made recently, which aren't as dramatic as we're making them out to be, but it's still gonna be kind of funny to talk about. Replace it with a roller skate. Gorilla Glue, there you go. It's been a month. Yeah, like I spent all this money. I waste so much money. I got all these products and things coming in the house, but I can't pull the trigger on like $100 chair. Like I need to buy a new chair, guys. It's ridiculous. Oh man, I need to get a chair for review. No, I'm kidding. I'll pay for one. All right, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff. So let's talk about, while we're waiting for folks to join, we'll talk about some of these arcade and gaming companies, because there's a lot of stuff going on that I personally find exciting. And as you guys know, I do these shows. I try to get your guys' honest opinions and feedback, because without that kind of feedback, nobody gets better, right? And also, we're not able to celebrate, right? We got to celebrate the good as well. So, for instance, guys, let's just kick it off real quick with iiRcade. Is some folks are starting to receive their IIR glass. Now, I did place an order, and I know some people think I get stuff for free all the time, but no, I was happy to pay for my IIR glass. But I don't think I was in the first 50, because I think the first 50 people got their IR glass, or it's being shipped and it's on their way to them. I did place an order, and I thought I did it relatively quickly. But it sounds like I'm not, because I never got that email saying that my IR glass is on the way. And I've seen some folks, posting pictures of it, like Prentice and all that. And you know, we love Prentice. Prentice cracks me up. This guy is so funny.
And I'm gonna tell you like this straight up. If you believe in God, believe in iiRcade.
Yeah, we just started 4 minutes ago, Antisocial Hero. We just started. Where's that WrestleMania cab? I'm ready. I know Mike Caputo, he ordered the Retromania cabinet, and that's on his way. So yeah, I'm waiting for my IR glass. It sounds like I might not get it until a long time from now. It sounds like the first 50 got them, and then everyone else has to wait till June or something like that. But how about Jong getting Kung Fu? Right? And having the producer of Kung Fu on his live stream this week. I thought that was really, really cool. And what I like about Jong, you know, compared to all the other CEOs, like we've seen the CEOs, PK behind the scenes guys, he's a nice guy. He's always treated me really good. I've met Scott Bacharach from Arcade1Up in person. Scott Bacharach was very nice to me. Him and I have had only talked on the phone once the entire time I've been doing this stuff, and he was very nice and supportive. And then Jeff Falke from Toy Shock, great guy. I know Bill McLaughlin is not the CEO of Unico, but he's like kind of the spokesperson there, and Bill McLaughlin is awesome. But Jong is the one who it's like, you wish everyone was like Jong. You know what I mean? Like, he just seems so real. It doesn't come off as fake. It doesn't come off as like, I'm only in this for the money. And like, to see him nearly, once again, you can tell he's a big softie at heart, break down in tears because one of his childhood idols was on his live stream, was really, really cool. Let's see here. Yeah, Jong is the man. Yeah, I'm talking about Scott Bacharach. I'm not talking about John D. John D is not a CEO. Where's the video, PDubs? We'll talk about all that stuff. Will I Arcade Live 100 bring us Retromania? I think he means to say Retromania Wrestling PDubs. So all I can say is, so tomorrow's episode is 99 for the iArcade live streams, and Jong does have surprise planned. And obviously, the 100th episode, all I can tell you guys is that's going to be a cannot miss live stream. Or at least watch the replay, whether it's on YouTube or their Facebook page. The 100th, Jong is trying to turn into a big deal. He does have some cool surprises planned, as well as some funny moments and things like that. And you never know who might show up on the 100th iArcade live stream, guys. So you don't want to miss this. Hey, Jolly, I've only been on for 7 minutes. Why does everyone keep asking how long have I been on? Everyone's like, how long has he been on? 7 minutes, guys. I've only been on for 7 minutes. We're just getting started. So yeah, guys, make sure you tune in to at least the 100th episode next week, if not the 99 and all that stuff. Where do they live stream? So they live stream on their YouTube channel. They have an iArcade official YouTube channel, as well as on their iArcade corporate Facebook page. So if you just go to like facebook.com/iArcade, you'll catch the live streams. Dylan says, see you there, PDubs. I don't know if PDubs is going to show up. That's all I can say. Maybe some other person, but not PDubs. Okay, so, and guys, let me know what you think about the kind of games that iArcade, while we're, because we're going to work our way through these companies. What do you guys think about all the recent announcements from iArcade with the games they're bringing on board, like Lode Runner, Sydney Hunter games? We got and now we got Kung Fu R-Type, and R-Type went from, it was going to be the Android cell phone version to the official arcade ROM, and the official arcade ROM, is dope. Better than the Android version, in my opinion. And it plays really well on this system. What do you guys think about the games that iArcade is bringing to the platform here? And let's see if I can I'm going to try and find something here for you guys real quick so we can kind of play this in the background. Very excited about this. Okay, let me find this. Where did it go? Oh, just bear with me. They're taking on indie devs too. Yeah, so for instance, Bill McLaughlin is creating a brand new indie game from scratch, guys. And that particular game, here, let me get the little trailer here going for you guys, because it's so cool the way they did this. Okay, let's share our screen. There we go. Bill McLaughlin, who works for Unico, he's actually developing his own indie game, and he's developing it exclusively for the iArcade. And sure enough, they announced that Kung Fu Master is coming, guys. I'm very, very excited about this game. I mean, how many hours upon hours did we all spend playing the Nintendo port of this game, right? Like, when it comes to the arcade version of this game, obviously I didn't dump hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars into this particular machine. I have played the game before, but then again, I think I've obviously spent way more time playing the Nintendo port of this game. So I think it's really cool that they're bringing this. And it's going to be a very what's the word, a cost-effective game when it comes to the price and all that stuff. But we'll wait for Jong to reveal all that. Michael says the NES version is difficult. Yes, but like I always say, guys, if it was easy, it wouldn't be fun. So, yeah, Nintendo 40-year-old gamer played the hell out of it. I play Kung Fu on CoinOps. Why so excited for this on iArcade? So, are you talking about me personally or everyone in the chat? I think everyone in the chat could answer you themselves. What I like is Jong has been going through what we like to call these different spurts, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word. That sounds kind of gross, but where we're getting he did like a quick rush of like, hey, here's more modern games that are coming to the platform. And then the last couple of weeks, he's gone back to announcing the retro games, right? Like R-Type and this game, and things like that. Guys, there's people out there who own the iArcade. They don't own Arcade1Ups. They don't own AtGames. The iArcade might be their only machine in their home. So for them to have access to these classic retro games is what they were hoping for. You know, some of them bought it for modern games. Some of them bought it for retro. Some of them, like me, bought them for both. I'll be honest, the games I purchase and predominantly play on my iArcade are usually the modern ones. Those are the games that I predominantly, because that to me seems like the main reason to buy this cabinet, just to me personally, is to play more modern games that I can't easily play on Arcade1Up or AtGames hardware. Let's see here. Just looking at the chat real quick. Yeah, like Dylan says, he's only into modern. However, there is obviously a percentage of the iArcade fan base that they don't care about the modern games. They want this retro stuff, right? They want this retro stuff. So they want games like this. And for them to... Who the hell's calling me? Where's my phone? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. I should have muted my phone. Guys are... You know who was calling me? The Super Game Room dudes were calling me. Live, right there while I was live. Oh, that was pretty funny. Ezekiel says he loves me for giving me Simpsons. Well, we're going to talk about that because I've made a couple oopsies. No, it wasn't Arcade1Up calling. No, it was the Super Game Room dudes. We do like these Facebook voice phone calls, FaceTime calls, like on Messenger, where we all talk to each other and stuff. So yeah. Anywho, so I like what Zhang is doing. Obviously, I think he's doing what he needs to do, like keep bringing the retro games to satisfy that audience, and then obviously the modern games to satisfy that audience, and it becomes a pretty well-rounded system when it's all said and done. There are lots of licenses, online games, multiplayer games. There's lots of stuff coming, firmware updates, and that team is doing what they can to get this stuff done as quickly as possible. So I know if you guys are a fan of iArcade, or if you're interested in iArcade, more good things to come from that particular brand. So I'm pretty excited to see what they have going on. It's Michael B. He is in crisis again. Now, Scott, how do you not know? How do you not know? Now, keep in mind, some of these bigger name publishers and bigger name titles takes a longer time. Takes a longer time to make all this happen, right? When it comes to some of these smaller stuff, like if it's only like an indie guy, you know, things like that. Like look at the Sydney Hunter games, right? Like those Sydney Hunter games are created by that much smaller studio that's made up of a very smaller group of people. It's not as big. You know, they were able to get that on board and get the games launched and on the platform pretty quickly, at least from what we saw. Who knows how long discussions went behind the scenes, but it did seem to be that happened pretty quickly, considering we know people who referred them to iArcade, and it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't like it was a year ago. That kind of stuff. But yes, games like Streets of Rage 4, the new Ninja Turtles, these are the games that John needs to get. And if he can get those games, he has something he could really beat his chest over compared to the other companies, right? If he can get those kind of games like Shredder's Revenge, new Ninja Turtles, maybe the Battletoads game, but the Battletoads game isn't that great. And also you need twin sticks. You need that right stick for Battletoads. I don't know. Maybe you could use player 2, but then again, you can't play 2-player, right? So I don't know if Battletoads would happen. Is there any info about Ruckus's game out there? So no info yet. All I know is Mark and them are going to have a couple people beta test the game, and hopefully they won't get mad at me, but I agreed to be a beta tester, so I'll have my hands on their game soon, and I'll be beta testing it in my free time for them. So I look forward to checking that game out. Michael says, people will come. There we go. All right, so let's talk about AtGames, because I didn't want to make this a super, super long show tonight. So AtGames is they're doing this major sales this weekend. It's like a Saturday, what do they call it? Saturday quick sale, or I don't know how to phrase it best, but it's a Saturday e-store sale, right? And they're doing some big stuff. So if you guys are interested in AtGames, It starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 9 a.m. California time. Don't forget, not 9 a.m. Eastern. But what they're doing here, and guys, let me know what you think about these deals. Like, for instance, they're going to do, you know how they've been doing these Pinball Express waves? Well, now they're going to do an Express for the Legends Ultimate, the arcade machine. And they're going to call it the Legends Ultimate Plus. And I'll get back to the live chat in just one second. Let me just read this off. So it says here, for just $649 plus shipping, you can get the Legends Ultimate Plus directly from AtGames. And it's the same great cabinet you know and love with the Legends pinball kit. So you get the pinball buttons included. That's a $50 value. And all 4 volumes of the Zaccaria pinball games, which are 105 games. So guys, that's a total savings of $200 off what would be $849 to purchase this stuff. Now, the one caveat there is you have to pay AtGames shipping, and AtGames does charge $100 for shipping. So essentially, the savings is more like $100. However, it's still $100 savings, right? So if you guys don't have an AtGames Legends Ultimate and want to get one fully loaded, and if you think about it, you have the 300 games built in plus the 105 pinball games that they're going to give you. Well, dude, you now have 405 games on your arcade cabinet for $650. I mean, I guess that's a pretty good deal, right? Adam says that's an insta buy. I mean, obviously, most of my followers, I think, already have their products or several of theirs. Jason says no. I would love to hear why. Rental Copy Video says, sorry, no Sam's Club. I don't know what that means. It's not too shabby. I mean, you are saving $100 in the long run. And then they're also doing, oh man, could they make this any more confusing? All these Zaccaria and Gottlieb pinball packs are going to be on sale. Looks like they're all going to be on sale for $35 instead of $50. So let's just say you wanted to buy a single pack. You could buy all these single packs for $35 instead of $50. So that's pretty nice. And also too, if you wanted to buy volumes 1 through 4, just all 105 packs, they're going to be $135 instead of $200. And the Gottlieb tables, which are $100, are going to be on sale for $65. So for those of you who are looking to get your Gottlieb games and your Zaccaria games on multiple devices, not just your pinball machine, this weekend sounds like it's a good weekend. And of course, you know your mama wants to get her AtGames Legends pinball machine for Mother's Day, so they're going to have Wave 7 Express starting at 9 a.m. It says here, Wave 7 Express starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and it will run until supplies last, so until they sell out. Now, Wave 5 lasted for like less than 60 seconds. Wave 6 lasted for about, I think it was about somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes before it sold out. Wave 7, we don't know how long it's going to last, but I really hope to see that it's another one of those, it's open for 10 to 15 minutes, you know what I mean? And, you know, like I called my mom in Tennessee. She's 75. She could barely walk. And she said, you know what, I really could use this Mother's Day. And I said, what's that, Mom? She goes, well, PDubs, I'd really like one of them AtGames Legends pinball machines. So instead of using a walker, she can lean on the AtGames Legends pinball machine. So maybe I'll get my mom a pinball machine for Mother's Day. Brad says his mama wants a pinball. Pinball! Take my money. Shotgun Sean says, get the pack with Spooky. Yes, I highly recommend the Spooky games. The Tetris mini cabs. Now, those are delayed a bit, so I wouldn't expect, just my opinion, those to be shipping until like June at the earliest. But we'll see. We'll see what AtGames announces. All the other products should be coming out this month, I would assume. All the other products that were pre-ordered on Nod. Let's see here. Although they did take the Bit Blaster off the website, so the Bit Blaster has been removed. In full transparency, I just shot him a note saying, hey, why was it taken down? And obviously, they've made several announcements saying, hey, this thing is like delayed, part shortages. So why have it up there for people to keep clicking on and looking for it? It doesn't mean that the product will never be released. It's just been taken down for now, stuff like that. So I still believe AtGames is going to release a light gun in the future, or like what they call a first party light gun. And, we'll see what, technology they end up using, for that. Let's see here. Where are the pinball control decks? So a batch of pinball control deck emails, to my knowledge, went out last week. Have they gone out yet this week? I haven't heard anything, actually. I was surprised. I figured we'd see more this week. So we'll see what they say this week. Racing cab would be so awesome. Yeah, guys, we haven't heard anything about the racing wheel either, that they teased us a very long time ago about. So we'll have to figure that out. Any news on Beavis and control decks? Beavis. It's Vibs. It's not Beavis. Oh man, Kongs are us. He really screwed the pooch on that one. Right now, everyone's going to call it the Beavis board instead of the Rachel board. So feedback I'm hearing from folks who have it is that there are a little bit of issues with it. Some people, but then again, some people have no issues. Some people do. I think it's going through what you call that beta testing phase, which is smart because AtGames has given that board, or given access to that board, to a lot of what you might call some of the, I'm not one of these, I'm just a Joe Schmo, but a lot of what you call these VPN experts in our community who actually own the AtGames Legends pinball machine, like kind of like their first owners group. Like these people know their stuff when it comes to this tech. So by them helping beta test and make sure that this ends up being a good experience, that's actually a good thing. That's a good thing. I know people are like, when's it going to be available? But what if they put it up for sale and they ship it out and you get it and it sucks, or it's a bad experience? You're just going to be even more unhappy, right? You're going to be angry. So let them beta test it. Let them take their time with it. I'm happy that they're taking their time with it, because one of the biggest selling points of buying an AtGames Legends pinball machine is the ability to connect your own PC to it and run your own PC builds. And if that isn't a great experience, then it really dilutes one of the major purposes of purchasing that machine. So, I know AtGames is investigating that frame skip issue when you're playing games via OTG. Some of that too might come down to some of it, not all of it. It's there. So for instance, when I play like, when I have my PC plugged in, if I play my like VPX or Future Pinball, I see some frame skipping. Like I can actually see it, right? But if I have this plugged in and I'm playing like Steam FX3, I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing it. It might be there, but I just don't see it. So, let them do their thing. Let them figure it out and all that good stuff. Yeah, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up, people. We'd greatly appreciate it. Don't tell me I'm going to have to do a live stream challenge. We've given away 2 Legends Gamer Minis in the last couple of weeks. Let's see here. PC builds rule. That's what Meatball Saucy said. He's one of our experts in the community. And Attack from Mars is flawed but fun. I think he might be talking about the Arcade1Up machine. Yes, all the Arcade1Up pinball machines essentially are fun, but they're definitely, what's the word? They're definitely flawed. Lots of room for improvement. Guys, Tulsa Arcades is here. Hey guys, do me a favor. I know some of you might be newer to my channel. I don't know how long you've been following me, but I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day when I had like 280 subscribers or something like that, I was like thinking of ways I could grow my brand and channel. So I started reaching out to some vendors saying, hey, I'd love to get some discount codes. I'm not asking you for free merchandise. I just want to make a video. And if I make a video, I would love to offer my viewers a discount code. And, some people ignored me because I was a nobody. Some people turned me down. But Tulsa Arcades, JC, listened. And he gave PDubs his first discount code. And that code is still active. It's use coupon code PDubs at checkout with Tulsa Arcades, and you'll save 10% on your, what is it? Your monitor mounts, your monitor mount kits, control decks, light up risers, which are really cool, and all that stuff. So guys, do me a favor, give a warm welcome to JC at Tulsa Arcades. He helped PDubs when no one else would. Thanks so much, my friend. Now I got a lot of discount codes. For instance, if you make a reservation on hotels.com and use coupon code PDubs, you will get a buy one get one night free stay at the Ramada Inn. That is a joke. JC's here. He's good people. So AtGames is having a lot of sales going on. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I saw that a lot of folks were saying they're having issues with their CoinOps X with the exiting stuff. I think that's being looked at, and hopefully that'll be in the firmware update whenever that's released. I'm actually surprised the firmware wasn't today, or maybe it'll still happen. It's only 7 o'clock Pacific time. You know, AtGames, they might release it at 10 o'clock at night. You never know if they get it out today. But I hope they fix that, because I put together a great video package, a CoinOps X 5.0 tutorial video, but I've been trying to capture the footage off the actual machine instead of pointing a camera to it, because, you know, you can do that with that cabinet right there, the one right there that has the dust rag on it. You could do HDMI out and capture the footage, right? So, I'm trying to capture the footage and stuff, but the navigation's a little wonky on the firmware. So I was waiting for that to get fixed so I could release this video, because there's some shots I want to capture, and I don't want to point a camera at the screen. I'd rather capture the footage, right? So it looks better. So yeah, AtGames will fix it. Like, it's not the end of the world. What the hell is CoinOps 5.0? So, Jason, that is the latest build from what we like to call our chefs out there in the world, who put together these amazing builds for your AtGames Legends Ultimate of all these games. So, CoinOps X 4.5 is really cool. 5.0 has got a lot of different stuff. Let's see here. Fishbee Productions, Tulsa Arcades has a claw machine. Yes, he does. Any Quick Quack Car Wash PDubs discount code? No, sir. Not that I know of. Okay, so that's what's going on in the world of AtGames. They got a lot of sales going on, and for the most part, they're doing a pretty good job. They're being communicative. When they're not responding to people panicking about things that need fixed in the firmware, it doesn't mean they're not working on it. They're working on it, but it would be better for them to say, we have a fix, right? Although they at least could say, we're still working on it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not ignoring you, we're working on it. Like, that's all I ever ask of Arcade1Up as well, right? Like, we still haven't officially heard from them the status of all those firmware updates they promised for, like, the Pac-Man Cabaret cabinet, as well as we haven't officially heard them say that they are going to do an update on the the pinball machines, that they need updates, man. Those things need some serious updates. We haven't heard them officially say that. What we've seen is people open tickets with Arcade1Up, and people then sharing screenshots of, like, whatever message some customer service rep copied and pasted and put on there. But until I see an official thing with Arcade1Up's name on it saying, just a heads up, folks, we're working with Zen Studios, we're going to release a firmware fix as soon as we can. That's all we want. That's all we want to hear, right? So I think AtGames, they just need to say, hey, we're working on it. We're not ignoring you, we're working on it. And I think folks will feel better about it. So this stuff is happening. That's good to hear, Mel. Kev Gret, he says, Mel responded. Conti says they will update Shervit. I hope so. I hope so, because, these pinball machines, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues. When are we going to get that Rachel Beavis board? So I'm assuming after all the beta testing is done that's going on out there in the field, and as soon as product availability as well, because they got to get, like, probably a ton of these ready for sale. They got to post them for sale and all that stuff, order them. Like, in my opinion, what they should do, since we're just talking these little motherboards, if I was AtGames, here's what I would do. Don't do pre-orders, right? Like, order like a batch, like you've sold, I don't know, let's just say you've sold 5,000 pinball machines. let's just say, and keep in mind, I'm pulling numbers out of thin air. You sold 5,000 pinball machines, and maybe half your users are plugging PCs in and running their own builds. So why not just order like 1,000 or 2,000 boards and just have them sent here, right? And then once they're here and in the warehouse, then put them up for sale, kind of like what they're doing with the pinball machines right now in the Legends Ultimate. And that way people will buy them, and hopefully they will ship out promptly within a couple of days. So that's what I would do. Sorry, guys. I was just trying to answer questions in the chat. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Arcade1Up. So for instance, Arcade1Up's got a lot of stuff going on. And, I noticed that on a couple of the fan pages and like on Facebook and on Reddit, some people noticed that I posted a video yesterday and then I took it down. And some people immediately jumped and leapt to controversy and speculation, like PDubs is in trouble and all that good stuff. Like, oops, my bad, screwed up. And Arcade1Up sent him a cease and desist. Like, I saw a bunch of stuff going around, so I figured that could be one of the things we talk about. So, for instance, anonymous source, I get this random email and it's got pictures of everything coming out for Arcade1Up, and it does look to be legitimate stuff, right? I take a look at everything, and yeah, there's some pretty amazing stuff out there, pretty amazing stuff. And I take a look at it and I'm like, okay, what do people know about today? So people know about that cabinet. They know about that cabinet. They don't know about this cabinet. No mention of this cabinet. No mention of this product. I was like, but then we have this Simpsons cabinet, which I would swear, call me crazy, I would swear that this cabinet was essentially confirmed already by Arcade1Up, John D on live streams with the nod and the wink. You know what I mean? Like it's coming. As well as the live streams he's been on, the shows that he's been on, those shows have actually said it's coming, and here's the games included, right? So, for instance, I was like, technically, if I show this picture of what the cabinet actually looks like, perhaps it won't be that big of a deal, right? Because everyone knows that cabinet's coming. Like it's like what do they call that? The secret that everybody knows? I forget the phrase. So I'm like, okay. So I post the video. I got the picture and I made the video really quickly. You could tell that was a quick video. You could tell that was a rush job. I posted the video, responded to some comments from people as they were commenting on the video, started doing other stuff, went to bed, right? And then I woke up, and when I woke up this morning, I woke up and I was like, wake up and you pull out your phone, and I was like, holy crap, this video got 3,000 views in like 11 hours, which usually YouTuber, you want to celebrate, right? Like, yay, this video's taking off. This is going to be a 10 to 20K view video, 3,000 views in 11 hours. But then I was thinking about it, and do you guys remember when photos of the Neo Geo cabinet that Arcade1Up was working on, when those leaked out early? And when those leaked out early, Arcade1Up lost the deal, right? And I was like, it's fun to speculate. It's fun to like act like you don't know, or you know more than you know. It's kind of fun to play around and be exciting. But, when you actually do leak more solid information, Sling Spade, 1 to 10, how excited are you for the lineup? Let me get there. I'll answer you in just a second. So, when you get there and you're like, this could possibly be bad for them. Like, what if Konami gets pissed that the picture got leaked early? You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take my video down. So I took my video down out of my own volition. I just say, you know what? I'll take it down. It's kind of a stupid video anyway. I actually hate those kind of videos. That's why I don't do very many of those. And I was like, I'll let someone else do it. So I took the video down, and then everybody was like messaging me like, did Arcade1Up contact you? Are you in trouble? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I think I said I made a mistake. I think it was, oops, my bad. Like I wasn't thinking about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what if something like that costs people, a lot of YouTubers right now, especially guys who cover Arcade1Up, everyone's looking for that secret information, like to leak something And it's best to wait until it's something that's out there that's public that they can't get upset about, right? Like, for instance, if it was something on the FCC website or something of that nature, if you find it there, it's cool. You know what I mean? But if you're getting information like that you probably shouldn't be sharing, probably not a good idea, right? Does all this make sense? Yeah, if it's in the magazine to retailers, it's official by now, right? Well, it's to the retailers, but it's all covered. Like, keep in mind, like, even their retailers, I'm sure, are under some kind of confidentiality agreement with Arcade1Up, right? Like, hey, here's the stuff we want to sell. Keep this, I'm sure they have some kind of confidentiality agreement. If you're not interested, it doesn't mean you go run around and tell people what we're selling, right? So anyway, so I took it down out of my own volition, right? Well, then I ended up getting, I did end up later, like 4 hours later, I got a message from an Arcade1Up employee who told me, he goes, "Hey, PDubs." And it was a Facebook message. And I was like, "Oh, hey." He goes, "I spilled my coffee this morning when I saw your video." And I was like, "Oh, no, man, I'm sorry." He goes, "What happened to the video?" I told him, I said, "I took it down." I felt bad about it. Like, I honestly felt bad about it because a lot of people, they ruin the fun and the excitement for everyone else. And that's what I was doing. I was ruining the fun and excitement for everyone else. Because don't you guys, I mean, I remember Star Wars was a huge secret. Nobody knew about the Star Wars cabinet. Nobody knew about it. And when that tarp came off at that, what was it, CES or E3? Maybe it was E3. And everyone saw the Star Wars cabinet for the first time. Just the elation, the joy in the arcade and gaming community was huge. It was monstrous. And it wasn't like, oh, hey, we all knew it was coming, and here it is. You know what I mean? Like, we know everything else. So I took it down. I could always put the video back up. I don't think there's anything like legally wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's not my problem if people send me stuff and I put that out. You know what I mean? So I could do it, but I just felt bad about it. So I took it down. Scott Gray says he watched the video has been removed 4,000 times. So joke's on them. All right. So let's get back to that super chat that we had. So on a 1 to 10, how excited are you for the A1Up lineup? So let's see. So from what I saw, well, excuse me. Oh my God, I'm burping like crazy. So from what I saw, guys, the stuff that we know about X-Men, Killer Instinct, and all that, like, that stuff's all really cool. It's going to be hard for me personally to get any more 4-player control deck cabinets. I just don't have the room. You know what I mean? The wings on the edges, literally, you put 2 of those side by side, it takes up the space of like almost 3 Arcade1Ups or 4 Arcade1Ups. And when you're a collector, space is everything, right? We're running out of space. We're being more selective on what cabinets we buy. So I think the cabinets are going to be cool. I'm probably going to miss out on them. On like X-Men, like, I'm not going to buy it because I don't have room for it. When it comes to the stuff that you guys don't officially know about, which a lot of YouTubers know about, like, I'm sure the Game Room dudes, the Retro Buzz, the 1UP Weekly guys, everyone, I think everyone knows. The guys who cover this space frequently, they all know what's coming, right? They all, and even if they feign excitement, you know, it's all just to make it entertaining for you guys. They all know what's coming, right? And I think that stuff, I think there's 2 in particular that you guys are really, really going to like. There's one that I think you guys aren't going to like. But I really can't go into any more detail on that without getting into trouble. But there is stuff coming out that you guys haven't seen, that they haven't announced, and stuff like that. You know, Michael B, he's been sitting on the information for months, and he hasn't made a video. You know what I mean? And can you imagine if he did? Can you imagine if someone made a video and said, here's the entire Arcade1Up E3 lineup, right? Like, is that cool? Like, does that make that person cool, or does that just kind of wreck the fun for everybody else? You know what I mean? So Michael B will need a bigger house. Or he's going to have to let go of some cabinets. That's for sure. Double Dragon Arcade1Up, where I'm not impressed. I can't give you guys any spoilers. How come YouTubers can get their info and have their fun spoiled, but not us? Well, I think it's because, you know why, Kev? Let's be honest, is we're free marketing. You know what I mean? Like, even if there's no such thing as bad press. Even if I give a product a bad review, it's still getting press. It's still getting exposure. It's still generating awareness. You know what I mean? I see some people, if I give something a bad review, they say, thanks for your review. I'm not going to buy this now. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I appreciate that, but make sure you watch other reviews as well. Don't just go off one guy. That's what I always tell you guys. Don't just watch one review. Watch several. It's like when you buy a car, you don't just go to the first dealership, you go to multiple. Right? You know what? I don't think they can get mad about this. Yes, guys, there will be about 9,000 more variations of Pac-Man revealed or released. You can say that without getting in trouble because you know Arcade1Up is going to do that. I think E3 is a month away, isn't it? You guys are awesome. We have over 200 people watching live. So that was one oops I made is I woke up, and guys, this is the God's honest truth. I wasn't sent a cease and desist or anything like that. If I was, I would totally make a joke about it. And like we've joked about the other ones I've received in the past, like I would totally be all over that, letting you guys know. I just took it down because I felt bad. I felt like I was ruining something for everyone else. Like have you ever done something and you slept on it? You woke up the next day and you're like, oops, I shouldn't have done that. My bad. I screwed up. That's kind of how I felt about it. Okay, and then here's another thing that I did and guys, I'm glad we have a good amount of folks here watching because I need your guys' honest opinions on this. So another thing I think that maybe I did as an oops is I said, you know what, I'm going to start this second YouTube channel about like other retro related items, right? So, I've been working on it and I have videos done that are scheduled to post and I'm pretty excited about it. And I was very excited when I announced that I was going to have that second channel that like 150 people hit that subscribe button and there wasn't even a single video posted yet, right? But in all honesty, I was like, starting over from scratch is cool. But then again, it's not as cool because you're starting over from scratch. So part of me was thinking, what if, and I'm going to throw this out there to you guys, because I didn't want to alienate my video game audience. I didn't want to start dumping that stuff on my channel because, guys, there's other guys out there who do that stuff, right? They cover all this stuff and they built their channel that way. So people expect it from them. Whenever a YouTube creator has a channel that covers a specific niche, if they start to pivot from it, then their audience feels alienated. They might unsubscribe, things like that. So I was like, you know what? Why not just make these, instead of making these a separate channel, what if I just release these videos and it'll just be like a series on the channel, on this channel, right? Like, hey, and there'll be a playlist for them. If you're into this stuff, go watch it. If you're not into it, wait for the next video game video. Let me know what you guys think about that. No, it's not the dating. And also, Michael B killed my channel before it went live. Livewire says combine the channels. You guys let me know your honest feedback. Keep it simple. What am I supposed to do with this retro randoms chest tattoo? You guys are hilarious. Dub Zero's not dead. You'll see Dub Zero again. Dub Zero is coming. Antisocial Hero says combine. Wesley says thanks for the information. Jason says keep it simple and keep it on one channel. I appreciate that, guys, because so one channel is fine. Okay, because I honestly thought our video game audience would go like, oh God, he's gonna show me a quick 4-minute video on comic books or a quick 4-minute video on like collectibles and stuff. I didn't want people to like go, oh my God, this channel sucks. We're not going to watch it. So a lot of people are saying combine. I appreciate that. Smash them together. Conti says all the marketing will go to waste, but yeah, that's what happens though. Like, you put yourself out there, you take a shot at something, and if you don't like how it's working, even if you've invested into it, there's always stuff that, can go wrong, right? Yeah, Michael says Cool Toy does all sorts and his channel does fine, but also I didn't want people to say he's a copycat. You know what I mean? But then again, my collectibles aren't all action figures, and no offense to Doug, I think most of his stuff is like action figure toy related. Most of my stuff is different, comic books, trading cards, movie props. I got some cool stuff you guys haven't seen yet that we can make some quick, like the videos on the Retro Randoms channel, only like 5-minute long videos, I think, like really short, nothing crazy. Where will I meet the other randoms? The Crypt Keeper was cool. Yeah. So for instance, I got one video scheduled to post on that channel, and it's the last in the Tales from the Crypt series. And then the next videos are on Rambo. So I got some Rambo stuff I wanted to show off. And then after Rambo, we have, I figured we might as well do some Star Wars because people love Star Wars. So we'll do some Star Wars. But also I have some really cool Dick Tracy stuff I wanted to show off and things like that. So Michael says you can move the video and separate them. You guys are awesome. I greatly appreciate it. As long as it isn't normie stuff, like, hey guys, here's a new paintbrush. Are there any new gun or driving games from Arcade1Up? I can't comment on that. How good is your Stallone impression, though? Not good. Okay, so guys, I really appreciate all this. I know people are dropping off already. If it's in the Loft, it counts. Thanks so much. An arcade loft isn't necessarily restricted to arcade games. People arcade rooms have lots of other collectibles in them. True. And a lot of my stuff you could use to decorate it. Juan Pereira says, question off topic, $4.99 super chat. But do you think the AtGames light guns are just repurposed Wii guns? That's what it looks like to me. Like, in all honesty, I think whatever they showed us before probably wasn't what the end game product was going to be. I mean, think about like how the pinball machine changed over time, right? But due to part shortages and stuff, they can't bring the product to fruition today. So I think the biggest issue is people don't understand that these cabinets were not built as light gun cabinets, right? If it was a light gun cabinet, like Buck Hunter, for instance, if there were sensors or things like that, infrared sensors or things like that, stuff would be already pre-installed and hidden, right? Like, no matter where you stick a sensor on this thing, even if it's the new Gun 4 IR, like, even if that was compatible, which I doubt it is, because, the Sinden isn't compatible. But even if you had all that stuff, like, this cabinet is not a light gun cabinet. There's no way to hide that stuff, so it's going to look silly no matter how they do it, in my opinion. It's going to look silly. So, yeah. In my opinion, they should maybe just get some licenses for some light gun games and release a light gun cabinet, a multi-cade that's got light gun games on it. Also, let's see here. Jason says, give us a wink if Smash TV is coming. Steve says, everyone hit that like button, please. PDubs works hard for our entertainment. Thanks so much, guys. I greatly appreciate that. I hit the like button 25 minutes ago. Thanks, Adam12. Okay, guys, do me a favor, though. Are there any other last-minute questions or things you have? I greatly appreciate your guys' honest feedback. If you guys are willing to say, okay, here's his AtGames video, here's his arcade machine video, here's his review on the Super Console X. Oh, he made a comic book video. Who cares? As long as you guys don't get mad, you see that stuff, we'll just do it on this channel. Also, I got some cool stuff for the Super Game Room dudes. Since you guys have been such a wonderful audience, let me give you guys a little teaser here of what's going to be happening on the Super Game Room dudes. Are you guys ready? Let's check this out. Let's see what we got. Hold on. What'd you think? What'd you guys think of that? Tell me if you guys like that or not. What's the scoop on the Rachel board? It's still being tested by all the beta testers out there in the field. And obviously, once it gets, once it passes all that, they'll probably get ready to start releasing the product. You guys liked it? Oh, that's really cool, man. Thanks. Yeah, worked hard at it because, we got to improve the presentation. We're approaching episode 40 and stuff. So we got some cool stuff to show you guys. So about Super Game Room Dudes. Please keep the HBO opening. Do you guys we got to let the HBO opening go. We can't keep that forever. Do you guys really like that? Do you guys really like it? Any exclusive interviews for E3 in the works? So I might have some stuff for E3. PDubs HBO forever. Let HBO go. There you go. Steve says let it go. 40 wow crazy. I don't know what 40 wow is. Maybe me being 40. HBO was cute, but it's time to move on to your own thing. Yeah, I mean, we did it just for fun. We did it for fun. I thought it would be funny, because I was thinking of the HBO logo and the way it, if you guys remember the HBO intro, the way the 3D logo came down through space and it angled and turned and you went inside. And I was like, I'm going to do that with that Super Game Room Dudes 60.39% more awesome logo. And it was taking way too long to build that asset because I was trying to do all that computer effects by myself. So I was like, I ended up doing it, but I went the cheaper route, as you could tell in the video. It turned out pretty funny, in my opinion. I was just trying to be funny. So at least keep the music. Yeah, I'm actually surprised we never got a copyright claim on that music ever. HBO doesn't care about that footage, maybe because it's so old. Do Flanimax. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Okay, so lots of cool stuff coming. There's a possibility we might not do Super Game Room Dudes tomorrow. I gotta check with the wife. It is Mother's Day weekend. I got to make sure she doesn't want to do anything tomorrow, Friday night, because, she takes priority, my wife. If we're free, we'll do Super Game Room Dudes. If we're not free, we'll just post a community update that there won't be any show. I know that the Retro Buzz is off tomorrow as well, which I'm really sad to see. Or at least I think that's the post I saw. Let me know in the live chat if I'm wrong. What are you guys going to do without any arcade entertainment on your Friday night? You'll have time to play your machines instead of watching us numbskulls talking. Oh, come on, guys. We'll see. The wife comes first. I mean, look at what she's got to put up with, guys. All right, guys, we've gone about a full hour. I greatly appreciate all of you. If you guys enjoy the content, you guys know the drill. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Lots of great arcade and gaming content coming your way. We cover everybody on this channel, and we'll people. Sorry, when I see stuff in the live chat. This wasn't cool, Kev Krat. Doesn't put his wife first. Yes, he does. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks so much, and oops, I did it again.